mean it's rough to lose, obviously, but I feel proud of my team. I thought overall we had a really good trip. We unfortunately came up short. I think defensively, can't let a team shoot 60% from the field and expect to win like a championship. And I just thought we were like not getting the 50-50 ball, loose ball, and it seemed like they were always in a better position to get those. We gave up, I thought, the paint too easily as the game wore on. I don't know if that's fatigue or not, but we definitely have to get better defensively before our next outing. But really proud of these guys, how we performed in 4 games here in Hawaii over the last week or so, and Mo had an outstanding tournament.
I know this may put a damper on things, but you still won 3 games against very good teams over the last week and competed today for a while. How does this loss factor into kind of your thoughts on the whole trip?
I thought it was an opportunity. It was, I've been here, I understand what it feels like as a player and coach to win these holiday tournaments. So it gives you a real boost, certainly. So that's disappointing. I'm disappointed for my guys that we couldn't get that done today. But it wasn't for a lack of effort, a lack of trying. They came up with, like I said, too many baskets in the paint. Even Kid Brownell's a really good shooter. We looked at him in the portal, actually, and he didn't play, I don't think, the last game. And he came off there and had 16 points. So can't allow things like that to happen, and expect to win a game like this.
Bobby, I normally don't believe in 50-50 balls or bad luck. It seemed like there were a lot of bad luck 50-50 balls in this game. It just ended up to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge that until you rewatch it. I just don't think we, were quick enough to the ball. They were just a fraction better at getting those type of plays that matter. Some of them I think resulted in maybe a 3 or something, a momentum play that went against us.
Mo, what was happening for you? I mean, 17 points is great, but you weren't able to take over like you have on other games on the island when it was needed. What were they doing to you defensively?
They were just sending 2 at me a lot of the times off the screen. So if I got 2 on me, that means somebody open. So I was just getting off the ball.
What did both of you think of Jop? I thought there was some special moments for him today.
Oh, no, he played good. He a freshman, so he gonna have growing pains. So it's all about just being mature. Whether you have a good game last game or a bad game last game, just know how to bounce back. So that's what he's been doing every time. So I'm just proud of him.
Yeah, he stepped up, played well, in a big game, particularly in the first half. He, was very productive offensively. I think we ran out of steam, man. We fought to get back a couple of times, and even I think with 12 minutes left, I think we're down 8 or 7, and I told the guys hey, this is our time now. We've been here before, and it wasn't meant to be tonight.
Floor seems to open up more the more Truett's aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's good. I mean I know he wanted to win badly. He's very disappointed upstairs now. It's a tough moment for him. Made some really good plays on offense, and he had a wide open 3. I know he wanted to knock down late in the game, which could have given us a little bit of a boost there.
And last one from me, Mo. Just talk about your week that you guys had here as a team. Do you feel like you're a better team? Do you feel like you're closer to your teammates? Talk about the whole Hawaii experience.
Yeah, it was a really good experience starting out last Tuesday when we got out here and we played Hawaii. And just connecting with them, bonding with them, taking walks on the beach as a team, talking about life, talking about our goals as a team individually, just seeing where everybody's mind's at before the game. And I feel like it made us better as a team. It made us more gel. It made our chemistry just way more better, knowing that, knowing where everybody else come from, knowing their backgrounds, knowing what they're doing it for. So we playing for each other. We also playing for each other's families.
Coach, just talking about the impact that this tournament, I know for you, being a player, I was lucky in 1992 to get your autograph and Penny Hardaway and Thomas Hill and Grant Hill and all your teammates. Yeah. And that had a huge impact on me as a local boy growing up in Hawaii. So just talk about that, your experience there.
It's been special, both as a player and coach, to be here and feel the energy in the building. And this, it's just different, and it's unique, and it's. Our fan base, I can't thank them enough. That was maybe as loud a couple of days of cheering that I've ever had at Arizona State, just in terms of our our fan base just being locked into these games and really supporting our team. So it was a lot of fun to be here and share that, like Mo said, with our families.
I know you guys went 2-1 this week. Two really good games that seem to get not just the fans here fired up, but the fans back in Arizona fired up. You think there's something that fans learned about this team this week, or you taught fans about this team these last 3 days?
Yeah, for sure. Just keep supporting. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep scratching. We're gonna keep crawling. We're not gonna give up. We're gonna keep playing until it's 0-0-0 on the clock. So as long as the support is there, we're gonna play with our heart and we're gonna burn out every game.
I've used the word resilience a lot, like when I describe this team. So I think that's like the perfect way. If you want to watch a team that's, like Mo said, is going to fight and they're not going to give up, and a bit of an underdog. No one thought much of us coming into the season. A lot of people just piled on about having no hope to have a good season, and so far we're proving some people wrong. Because the reality is, one team here out of these 8 only goes 3-0. Another team will go 0-3. A couple teams go 1-2. So to go 2-1 and play for a championship, and that's really good. And that's what I told the guys. I said 6 teams still have to play today. So.
Next game is in Phoenix. Do you have anything to say to the fans that maybe learned a little bit about your team and are a little more excited about Arizona State basketball?
I just, I don't know what to say in that regard. I just, I'm kind of like, very in a disappointed phase. I don't want to, send out a smoke signal to everybody, in Phoenix to show up. It's just, that's everybody's choice. Well, if there was no people in the gym, would you try the same as you tried, like if there's a full building?
Basketball is
Right.
basketball.
Yeah. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. So.
Coach, I know you've been asked this question a little bit, but what was it like playing Washington State and then today again, against former Pac-12 opponents? What was that like for you?
It brought back some good memories again too. I mean, it's played Washington State a lot. Enjoyed the matchup. I talked to players about the rivalry a little bit. I don't know how much of a rivalry it is, but it's like we were in the same league, and a lot of players learned to maybe not love USC that played for me over years. So, I tried to tell them to try and adopt that mindset this morning.
Hey, Mo, you're clearly the leader of your team, and you bring them together. And I saw you before the game being smiles and keeping them together. So what will you tell them now, even though you finished 2-1 and didn't win the championship? How do you rally them back and keep them together?
Like I said, it's a long season. It's 33 games, 34, 35 games, 36, because I want to make it to the tournament. So I'm going to say 36 games. I just tell them we got a lot of basketball to play. We can't hold our heads for this loss. We left it all out on the floor. Fortunately, it wasn't enough to win the game, but we got Oklahoma next, and we got to handle them.
Last question for Coach.
For Mo, you got to match up with Chad Baker-Mazar today. Obviously, a great career at Auburn and seems to be going that way at USC. What was it like going at him? Obviously, he got a technical. It got really chippy. What was that matchup like for you?
It was cool. It was just basketball. Mutual respect to him.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, by the way.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
All right, please welcome tournament champions, USC, to the Media Center. As I said before, this is USC's first Southwest Maui Invitational win. Chad Baker-Mazara is the first two-time winner of the tournament and our tournament MVP. Coach, what did you like about your team today?
Yeah, just 3 games in, 3 games in 3 days, and the fact that, we knew Elijah Arenas was out, and then to find out Rodney's going to be out, just the resiliency of our team and to be able to control, time of having a lead is super important to us and something our staff really looks at, and to control the game for 30 minutes tonight or have a lead. I thought, there's a point in the game when Arizona State usually figures out a way to kind of get some separation. I thought every time they got close, especially as the game continued to progress, that we got defensive stops when we needed to. And then, we knew with Rodney being out that somebody had to step up, and obviously Jaden did that for us tonight.
Any questions for the players? Please raise your hand, grab a mic.
Chad, Rodney goes down and you take on a new role that kind of leads you in it. What was it like? What was your mindset switch that kind of just brought you into this moment?
So our first 2 preseason games, we actually didn't have Rodney. So we already played a couple games without him, and coach just grabbed me and said, I'm gonna need you to step it up a little bit more. And not just me, he told everybody for real. But it wasn't just it wasn't just me who went out there. It was all 5 of us that was out there, competing.
Chad, what was it like for you when you first learned that you'd be coming back to Maui for a second straight year when you came to SC, and then how does it feel now to be winning this event again?
That's the only way we got him. As soon as we told him we were going to Maui, he said, I commit.
No, but it was funny. When Coach told me that we was going to Maui, I literally asked him and Ruda, has anybody wanted back-to-back? And he told me no, and I actually did commit right there.
Chad, I saw you with your parents right there after the TV interview, man, and you were talking to somebody live. It seemed like, what was it like with your parents, and who were you talking to, if you don't mind?
So who I was on the phone was my grandfather. He couldn't come because he was a little sick. But I told him, Granddad, I got you. I'm going to get you this trophy. And, being able to have my parents here is incredible. We're from all over the other side of the world, sorry. So, being able to have them here makes it a little bit more special.
Jaden, you were asked to take on and step in, and you went to work early on. What was your mindset? What were you seeing on the floor getting you going?
Yeah, me and my dad got a saying. It's, if you're on, shoot. If you're off, shoot until you're on. And, shout out him. It's his birthday today. So, but, my players, my teammates trusted me. My coach trusts me. And, I work on that shot every day. and they trust me enough to be able to take that shot. So shout out to my teammates.
Go ahead, Rob.
Chad, you're the first two-time winner. Nobody can ever duplicate that. You're the first guy. How improbable is that, man, that you're here with a great team last year, maybe a better team this year, and you win it this year, you're MVP. What are the feelings?
You want me to be honest how I feel right now? Ain't nobody can tell me nothing right now. But now, I'm, how I say, thanks to the guys, the coaching staff, to putting us in position to be able to become successful. But, I really feel amazing right now, you want me to be honest. I'm in the island, got our job done. Coach is proud of us, family proud of us. So, feel on top of the world right now.
Can you talk about how important this tournament is and winning 3 games in 3 days here for the rest of the season?
It's very important, especially because they were all dogfights. Today was probably our biggest lead win, and still it wasn't until the last minute, 2 minutes. So that tells me that that we have a bunch of dogs that are ready to fight, and no matter if we play today, yesterday, or right now, if there's a game tomorrow or later on, I know they're gonna show up. So that really helps us when it comes to conference play and and the tournament and stuff like that.
You kind of answered this question, but 3 games in 3 days. ASU said they kind of lost some gas at the end. How did you guys prepare and keep up your energy, and it didn't slow you guys down at all doing 3 games in 3 days?
To be honest, it's just who wants it more at the end of the day. We all tired, we all fatigued, we all hurting. But at the end of the day, it's who wants it more. And, me and the guys, coach just kept being in our ears, like, come on, last gas, leave it all right now. I promise it's going to be worth it. And, we listen to the coach and follow his game plan, and, we came out to victory.
All right, we'll let the players get back and celebrate with your team.
That Maui, wow.
Any questions for Coach Musselman?
Oh, Coach, congratulations, first of all. Pretty hard-fought few days. Now that it's all over, and I know, you've got to absorb it a little bit, you want to enjoy it a little bit, but kind of knowing Coach's mindsets, you're moving on to the next thing. Was there anything that was confirmed by this week about your team or surprised you that you feel you can build on from this point on?
I just think with so many new, players on our roster, just the belief that they have. Like, we have some guys, it's, when you coach a team, there's, as a coach, you're always, mentally thinking about, positives, things that could go wrong. Right now, we're building like a super confident mentality. And I do want the guys to, we're not flying out right now. We're going to be here for, till tonight. I want them to go back to the hotel and have some fun on the beach and relax. And I'll probably give them 2 days off, which, we don't do 2 days very often. But and then we do have to turn the page and get ready for Oregon and on the road, because we got to fly there on Tuesday. And then we got to get ready for Washington. And then we go right back to non-conference play. So, but yeah, I think we're building confidence. We, regardless of who's playing. I mean, when this roster was built, Elijah Arenas and Rodney Rice were our 2 go-to players and our 2 point guards, to be honest. And so just the ability to make adjustments amongst the players has been very, very impressive.
Go ahead, Rob.
Coach, we talked about this the other day, but the importance of this tournament, but to win it, how important is that for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I just told the team, when they have some downtime in the next 48 hours, check out who's won this thing and look at what they've gone on to do. Because the history of this tournament's incredible. And, again, we got to enjoy it tonight, which we will, but we do have 2 really tough conference games coming up. And when you hit 6 in a row or 7 in a row, you got to guard yourself about feeling good. And you got to have some grittiness and some desperation, which we'll need on the road at Oregon.
3 former Pac-12 teams here. What was it like playing Arizona State today?
You know, I mean, it's unique because I actually, you know, my first job in college basketball was at Arizona State. So for me, you know, the trainer, John Anderson, is a really good friend of our families, and John's still there, and Doug Tamero's running their sports information department, and he's a really good friend of mine. So, but I think it's cool, like to play. It's kind of a built-in rivalry with our fan bases, and it's super cool that there was, you know, 3 teams here representing the old Pac-12, but all 3 games were dogfights, which is a credit to the, you know, to the committee of getting these type of caliber teams.
Couple, Coach. First of all, help me on the pronunciation. Is it Brownell or Brownell?
Brownell.
Brownell. Bobby admitted that they looked at him pretty hard in the transfer portal. Will you give me a good story on what convinced Jaden to come to USC?
The beach. You know,
You've been to Tempe Town Lake. What do you mean?
No, I honestly, we have a couple guys that it's been really interesting in a short amount of time recruiting at USC. You know, we've had good luck in the DC area, surprisingly with really no connections, and then just some random stuff like, you know, I think that Gabe Dines and Jaden both, like, being in LA, they're both up. Jaden's at the beach all the time. Like, I'll walk down the street and he's just randomly there. Relationships with agents, you know, are super important, and they were in the recruitment of Jaden as well.
And tell me about, as you mentioned, in a sense, the rivalry. How important is it to you to play ASU every year? Do you want it, you know, every now and then? How often do you want to have a home and home with ASU?
Yeah, I don't really do the schedule. Coach Ruda does on staff, and he does an incredible job. Like, you know, even coming into this, we had like the 23rd hardest schedule. Nobody would have thought that. It's not been documented how hard our schedule has been, but we saw it put out by a national guy the other day, and I kind of let Coach Ruda do it. I'd love to, you know, whether it's a home and home, but I let him run the numbers, and he's done a great job at Nevada and did a great job at Arkansas, and I think he's, you know, right now he's done his job from a non-conference standpoint, and now we have to do our job in conference play.
One more question for Coach.
Coach, new rule, you don't have to wait 4 years to come back here. How quickly would you like to come back?
I mean, I'd like to come back, you know, next year, but that, you know, I know there's probably a field already, but and then it's up to admin too. You know, the landscape is changing, but I know myself and our players and all of our families. You know, this is the second time I've done it, and both experiences were incredible. I mean, I used it in the recruiting for this year's team. I told the guys we have a chance to go to Maui and how great it is and how cool it is for your families to come. And with the name, image, and likeness now, you know, we had almost every family, you know, each player was represented by a family member, which maybe 4 or 5 years ago that didn't happen. But now with name, image, and likeness, that's one of the huge benefits, is just to walk to the pool and just see everybody's family out there. And so and the weather's been perfect. I mean, for us, for USC, it was a perfect trip, I can tell you that.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.